What's up, everyone on YouTube? It's Pope Service. This is kind of a combo haul here on a Wednesday. I wanted to start out with something here real quick. My wife is awesome. I told her about this idea with some of this fabric that I found that had skulls and the Punisher logo, and I told her, wouldn't it be cool if you did like a pillowcase and the little edge around it was like bandoliers of bullets and whatnot, and almost like literally taking this image right out of my brain. Within a short time, she came up with the exact type of bullet fabric and knocked this out in a short period of time. And now on the bed, we we proudly display this pair of killer Punisher pillowcases. Oh, it's the best. My wife's awesome. Anyhow, let's roll on to this here. This is actually what this is stacked is last week's books and this week's books, with some other back issue-ish pickups in between. So let's just start on this. Real good series here, real good company. Aftershock Comics, Animosity. I didn't pick up any of the side, well, maybe a few of the side series, but I've stuck with the main series, Animosity. And this here starts a new storyline called Power. And I read through some of it. This is some really intense stuff. It's a really great story. Full disclosure, I have not yet cracked the Brothers Dracul, although I am looking forward to it. I just haven't as of yet. But that's another great Aftershock book. Wonderful cover and excellent series, Black Hammer, Age of Doom #2, Jeff Lemire. Keep in mind, Black Hammer originally was last year award-winning series. Big fan of Dark Horse here with Incognito Renaissance. I think that's a short mini-series. The first volume was a short mini. Speaking of this, is a maxi series, 12 issues, Days of Hate. It's rolling along. Can't say I don't like that. If I'm not mistaken, the interior art's a little rough, but I think it does suit the situation. Wonderful image series with a lot of press lately for getting picked up as a series, for making into live action. But deadly class here. Rick Remender doing a really great job with that series ongoing. What's that, issue 34? Much like my gosh, I haven't heard from Bad Avenger lately. Shout out to Bad Avenger, man. I miss you, man. I think about you, and I hope everything's cool. But he really pioneered the whole idea of DC B covers, and lately DC has been, wow, just killing it with these great B covers. More full disclosure, I haven't got all of them, but I've missed a couple recently, Aquaman and the Batgirl. But hey, I'm sure one day. Finally, especially with this semi-virgin B cover of DC, I finally can say that I've hit a Jenny Friesen cover of Wonder Woman that I wasn't all that crazy about. Anyway, but she's got what issue was that? 47? She has 40 covers in a row. It's ridiculous. Speaking of covers, and speaking of more Black Panther covers in the future, I just thought this was really amazing. Really great art germ cover. And normally I wouldn't clamor for one, but I think the Virgin cover on this would have been really nice. Particularly as you'll see later in this haul. Doc Strange, I've been pretty loyal to Doctor Strange and this series. And this may be the last issue, I don't know, but I leafed through it, and it looked pretty promising. A little cameo of Spidey peeking through the door there. I don't know why. I think all of a sudden I think I've shown these books already. Maybe I'm slipping, but this Moon Knight here, believe it or not, had an even cooler second cover, but I just went with that one. God, all of a sudden I am starting to think I showed these. But whatever, we're almost through. Old Man Hawkeye, Marco Cicchetto. Really cool Old Man Logan number 40. Endlessly pumping out Spidey versus Deadpool. Yeah. And then this here is a really cool pickup recently. It's the 1 in 50 Jeff DeCall, number 1 of Thanos. I really thought this book in general would be one of those books that in a later time would prove to be perhaps harder to find. The 1 in 50s. Plus, I love Jeff DeCall. He has great cover runs on She-Hulk recently. He's currently, I think, doing Iron Fist, which is some really great covers. But this one was one I definitely had to come back for. Thanos, number 1. I also had the Dust and Wind, number 2. I'm not sure the ratio on that. I'm not sure if that's a 1 in 50 as well. And then this here was part of the deal here. I got issues 1, 2, and 9, the Jim Lee cover. No big deal. I think I was missing issue 9, which was what made this purchase more appealing. But I wasn't necessarily thrilled with the Jim Lee cover. I'm not actually much of a fan of Jim Lee in a general sense. Obviously, he has some great stuff. That Justice League poster, his work on Batman, but every so often. Particularly, it's more this 80s, 90s Jim Lee, late 80s, I guess. All right, whatever. Here's the new stuff. If I showed that before, so be it. Doomsday Clock. This is the only DC book, I think, for this week. In a week of really great stuff. No Justice, the Bendis Superman book. If you're really looking to see a great recap of all that stuff, obviously check out Chinist, Comic Book Villain, Jim's Comics. I mean, you guys know where it's at. Once again, I indefensibly buy the Cerebus book that comes out. Sometimes it gives me a chuckle. Sometimes I just wonder. But, yeah, whatever. That's my one guilty pleasure. Not a tough call was Pestilence, Story of Satan number 1. Another Aftershock book, huh? Always glad to see an Eric Powell book come around because, I mean, my God, it's something special on Hillbilly number 10. I think I heard that might be ending soon, in a general sense, but I'm okay with that as long as Eric Powell puts out the next thing. This book, I really, really like the first issue, and I have not gotten down on the second issue yet, but it's got skulls on it, and you know me and skulls on covers. I am totally into it. Booyah. Last issue of Abbott. I was heavy on the first part of this. I got some cool covers, and issue like 1, 2, and 3. I think I'm missing issue 4 or something like that. Abbott, but enough of interest to at least pick up the series. I can't question this at all. Lapham and Stray Bullets, issue 35. El Capitan Comics. Giving Gabriel Rodriguez here a little bit of props. Sword of Ages. It's a little slow on the come out, but I don't know. I just like his stuff. Especially his Lock and Key artwork and whatnot. Oh my God. And And good news for Lock and Key now that's supposedly going to get live action serialized somehow. Good luck. That's going to be a crazy, crazy adaptation. Another book that I really liked and was totally stoked to get into was this book, Analog. This was issue 2. That, I believe, also had been somewhat optioned for movie whatnot. Barrier. It's the last issue of Marcos Martin and Brian K. Vaughan's what do you call this? Letterbox or profile comic, Barrier. Really stoked about that. Love this cover. This Dustin Nguyen cover. Jeff Lemire on Descender. This space opera is coming to an end, I think, soon. Staying with that till the end. Another book I'll stay with till the end, Kill or Be Killed. Ed Brubaker. I mean, what? Kidding me? Criminal? Anybody out there? Anybody slept on Criminal or Fatale or pretty much anything they've ever done? Incognito. and obviously a real heavy Lemire centric tastes, I guess, lately. But I also picked up Royal City, and just out of, I don't know, sheer skull on the cover, I got Realm number 6 that's coming out again. Can't question my Saga pickups. Got to keep that full run going. That's awesome. I love me some Assad Ribic, so if he's doing interiors and this crazy over-the-top gladiator robot vibe, I'm there. Very cool. Versus Wicked and Divine. This book is I don't even know how to, wow. This format here, I had to show it. It just seemed so I don't even know what to say. I mean, you know, when you talk about Mr. Miracle having that 9-panel storytelling style, this whole book is just crazy with that 6-panel. Here's a year and a location, and this is what was happening. It's insane. So I don't know. Wicked and Divine. I don't see many people talking about this book, but I don't know. I seem to think it's very intriguing. Rick and Morty. I don't know. Wacky. Marvel. One of the few Marvels to come out of this week was Marvel 2-in-1. And also not many in the variant cover realm, but I did pick up the variant to that issue 6. So I just thought that was cool. Cool cover. Last from Marvel was Punisher, where it looks like everyone's now coming down on Frank War Machine Castle. Very, very much like this series from Marvel, which is why I keep up with it. Now, moving on into bam, In-Hyuk Lee, issue 1, Black Panther. I don't know, that cover is amazing. Love it. Love, love, love it. I pre-ordered this because I didn't think I'd be able to find one on the Wednesday. And sure enough, I did go to a store and I did find one, and they had it marked fairly reasonably. And then I realized why, because the whole bottom corner down there was just dinged up. So I got a really nice copy mailed to me in a pre-order, and I'm very stoked to find that one. These books here, this book was gratis. It was gifted with the rest of these books, and I didn't have issue 2 of Lethal Protector with Spidey guest starring. In fact, I recently just got an issue 1 the red foil cover looking one. Anyway, so that was free. And the rest of these books came out to $95. And that's going to be, this is actually a replacement. I dropped my box of Wolverine many, many years back, and I'm still trying to piece together a few of the issues that got damaged. And of course, they were all the early issues. But this is a beautiful replacement near mint copy of Wolverine #1. First patch. I always wanted a second copy of this that was just flawless. The bag here is kind of horrible, but the comic is beautiful. I have a copy of this, but it's got a spine tick midway, and I just couldn't abide. So I picked that one up, and that's a tough book. McFarlane, 340 on Hulk. This here, what is a Kid Flash? Flash 92. Got that copy. And finally, I came across this, the third appearance of Starfire. It's Green Lantern 41. But this book is in very good shape. And I was very happy to find it. Just to give you an idea, that the price on this book alone was $150. Not to mention all the other few books I showed. But I managed to walk out there with $95. So overall, I think I did okay. Depending on that Kid Flash, $20, $25. Maybe that's $100 book if it's in the shape I think it's in. Well, whatever. I'm just happy to have found a decent little place. I got to go back there. Had about 8 or 9 long boxes, and it seemed pretty interesting. I just went through, and that's what I picked out initially. All right. Well, that was the business in comics right here, and I'm totally still in it. So, still haven't found issue 5 of Tomb of Dracula, but like I say, as soon as I can nail one down, I'm going to show that full, complete run of Volume 1, Tomb of Dracula. I got to work on that. In the meantime, collect what you like, what you can afford. Alrighty, peace out.